Hello, this is Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech going over the new Gatecrash cards that are out there. I know that all of the cards have been released as of this morning, and I thought this would be a good time to look at the different guild mechanics and try to think forward to the upcoming pre-release with which guild to choose. I also wanted to point out to people that I have changed my Twitter account. I have a Magic and Gaming specific Twitter account now, so no more the legal and professional stuff that you see on my normal Twitter account. It's Mythic MTG Tech. Please check it out, and also that's a great way to get a hold of me. I'll be checking it a lot more than I do my regular account. Thanks. So the first ability that we're going to look at here I'm not super excited about. It seems like more of an EDH ability than anything else. It takes a life from each opponent when you cast future spells and spend a mana, and you gain a life. That seems like it's really good for dealing with red deck wins type strategies, although it's a bit on the slow side. You need a way like the Crypt Gas to produce extra mana. It does give your later cards a little bit more punch to them, but it's very transparent and your opponent gets to see it coming. This is not the most exciting to me by any means. The second ability that we're looking at here, Evolve, is actually a lot more exciting to me. What I like about this ability is it lets your smaller creatures grow over time and keep up as you start to curve out. I also really like cards like Phantom Mage that could end up drawing you a bunch of cards if it lives. The regeneration also in Experiment 1 could be very relevant in combat. This is a solid mid-range ability. It's not my favorite from the set, but it's good. Bloodrush is by far my favorite from this set. This is incredible. I love it because it rewards strong play. It makes people learn how to do combat math, which is often what defines good players from bad players in simple environments, in your standard, in your limited. That doesn't come up as much in things like Legacy, but this is what really matters in a limited environment. I also think that some of these cards are even standard playable. The Rampager here for a 2-mana discard, so it's an ability, really can't be countered outside of maybe Stifle, gives your creature +4/+4 until end of turn and trample. That is incredible. That would be wonderful in a infect deck or possibly some aggressive creature deck. I really like this. This is the type of ability I'd love to see in future sets, the type of ability that gives people something to think about and have to make skill-based choices. The third ability that we're looking at here is Battalion. Battalion is my number 2 pick from this set. The Battalion ability is a little bit more straightforward than the Gruul ability. It also makes you overextend a little bit, and you have to have several creatures out there, but the reward for overextending or putting out creatures is great. Let's look at Firemane Avenger here. This basically has Lightning Helix built in, and Lightning Helix is a powerful card in and of itself. It's a 6-point swing, life gain and damage in a card. I also think that this will work really well with cards like Lingering Souls to make sure your Battalion is active. You'll be able to get through some damage, and tokens will be a great way to make sure that you've got enough attackers. The Frontline Medic here is actually one of the most interesting cards from the set. I think this is a great answer to Sphinx's Revelation, which has seen a lot of play recently, and it's also a wonderful answer to Bonfire of the Damned, which is one of the most overpowered cards out there. It's a good creature, a 3/3 for 3 with a great ability and the ability to stop some overpowered broken cards that kind of remove the skill from the game. This is the type of fix that I like to see from Wizards. The last ability that we're looking at here is Cipher. I was hoping this was going to be the most powerful, not only because I love Dimir, but also because there's a lot of potential with this. Whispering Madness is basically Windfall, which has been broken in almost every environment, and the ability to cast it again and again. And Undercity Plague has a lot of potential also in that it's really Smallpox, although it has 4 extra casting costs. And that's been my problem with Cipher at this point, is that out of the 11 spells, many of them are way overpriced. You have to have a creature. That creature's got to get through, and the abilities seem pretty weak. I'm going to try to break Undercity Plague, but I'm not sure it's possible, although this has jumped the value of Invisible Stalker right away. Those evasion-based creatures are what's going to make or break Cipher. And there's not a lot of evasion in the set for draft, but there is in the constructed environment. Also, if there's anything that can revitalize this little guy, Delver of Secrets, it's going to be Cipher. Thanks. This has been Brian Rowe looking at a Gatecrash preview with each of the guild mechanics. Also, please note that my Twitter handle has changed to Mythic MTG Tech. I'm going to have a few more Gatecrash videos this week.